What's up, guys? Dustin here with the Dustin LeBleu CEO podcast, and I'm joined, as always, by
Austin Ray. You know what, Dustin? You gave me a quote, probably a year ago when we started initially talking about doing a podcast. When we had actually started under, I think, our first moniker of Rant, and that exact quote was, "Don't hesitate, be great."
Yeah.
But this begs the question, and the theme of this podcast episode: what happens if you did hesitate?
Yeah, I think, man, if a lot of times, this is the most, I think I'm starting to see this lately more than ever. It's like, well, I'm thinking about doing this, but it's always that but. And it's like, if you hesitate, you're probably not going to do anything. So the chance of having greatness is tough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying there?
No, dude.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've seen it a lot more in the DMs lately. I know I always bring up DMs, but as a lot of people know, I try to run a lot of the social media in the direct messages, and a lot of people are messaging and asking. I think, honestly, the podcast has grown for us.
Well,
like stats wise, and I think as it gets out there more and more, we're starting to see more of those people come in and be like, okay, well, I had plans to do this, and I didn't do it, but now I want to, and I don't know how. Or I don't know how to go about it, or what can I do to do it now?
Yeah, and I just see like fear right there.
Yeah.
It's like the fear of trying something. But what about the fear of not doing it? Like, what happens then?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if you never do it? Like, here's a good example: music. When I started messing with beats and stuff, obviously I knew I was going to get into it some way or another. And then once I had the opportunity, boom, jump, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And good Lord. Okay, so what's it been now? We've been doing music now for what? Roughly a month and a half, and we're already heading out to San Diego. Actually, we fly out. Today is Monday, the date being October 16th. We fly out tomorrow at 12 o'clock, land at, I believe, 3:44 in Los Angeles, drive down to San Diego, and that's going to be our first studio experience. We're going to be recording with Ozzy. We aren't recording, but as the music label, IL Music, we're going to be there. And that's the thing, is like, this happened within a month and a half.
It went within a month and a half, dude. We got here's some features we got. Like, I'm just gonna go through. Like, we got Rich the Kid, we got Bass Swag, we got Lucas Coley, we got Iman Gado, we got all these different features. Like, we've moved not only in a month and a half, we've moved like really quick. Even Ozzy's like, holy shit, man! Like, you're messing my mind up.
Yeah, and I think the biggest of the features have came within the last 2 weeks, and it's like, I know, like, right off the bat. When we were sitting there and you were like, hey, man, like, let's DM some of these people and see what it would take to get, like, the features or whatever. I was, like, personally, I was kind of like, damn. In my head, I was like, I don't know if these people are going to respond to us. But lo and behold, without the hesitation, did it anyway. And sure as hell, it happened.
Yeah.
Got features.
And that's people not knowing what IL Music even is. So the point being, you're never going to know what you could have done if you don't just go for it. Mm-hmm. You got to go for it at some point, guys. Like, you can't just sit there and live off of what if this happens, what if this goes wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you one damn thing: if you have that mentality, something's gonna go wrong, and you can bet something's gonna go wrong anyway. And you have to move past it.
Yeah, dude, you got to dive head first. Sometimes, you know what? Again, it's another one of the quotes that we've got that you gave me, and it's like, man, like, sometimes you've got to jump and you learn while you're falling. Like, you learn while you're in the air before you hit the water. Like, you have to learn in that amount of time. Oh shit, I got to swim here, And that's the thing, is like, you could be standing on the edge of your idea, like of what could potentially be the largest passion that you have in life, and there's gonna be like a blockade of fear between you and actually jumping, and I think that's like the greatest defining point for anybody that achieves success in their life, is like, how do they go about that? Do they run straight through it and jump, or do they back down, cower away, and live in regret and fear and
living in mediocrity?
Accept mediocrity.
Yeah, it's easy. I'll tell you what I like, man, is like some of the, again, going back to DM, just this is what we get. DMs on Twitter and Instagram and things like that, and they're interesting to see. I love when people just like send us something that they're doing already, and it's like fucking terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like they have so much confidence in themselves that they just send it anyway.
Yeah, I have so much respect for those people.
I do too, man. Like, it's just something about it. It's like, go for it.
Yeah. Either you've got the balls to, be proud of what you're doing and know that in time that you will, I guess, build and get better and, there's always time for improvement, or you're one of those people that you're embarrassed of what you're doing, or you haven't even attempted to do it yet and you shy away from it.
Yeah,
like
and use those people are amazing too.
Yeah, and as a business owner, which one speaks to you? To get it from your perspective. So people here, which one speaks to you? The kid that's got the confidence or the one that's too scared to speak up? Well, there's only one person that's going to get hurt.
Yeah, there's only one person that's going to get hurt. That's the one that has the confidence. But a lot of times, the person that doesn't have the confidence is like really talented, but they're just so self-conscious they won't do anything.
Yeah.
And like those people are like, you got to think about this, man. Like if you have a talent, you're holding it back from the world. Like you're honestly changing human evolution because you could have some brilliant idea that could change the world.
I mean, like, look, do you see Elon Musk holding back?
Oh, God.
I mean, that guy's like the pinnacle of entrepreneur and like genius at this point. In our day and age, that guy is like the pinnacle of everything you should aim to do in regards to like ideas. Like he doesn't hold back with anything. I mean, I know we both watched that same video where he like breaks down when he hears like Buzz Aldrin and some of his like actual heroes saying that like space travel and all that stuff, it's irrelevant, it doesn't need to happen, and it's too dangerous. And he likes, he broke down crying because it's like he looked up to these people. These are his heroes. They said it wouldn't happen. He did it anyway. And look at now. I mean, what did he landed a Falcon 9 rocket back in the atmosphere, standing up on a platform floating in the ocean.
Dude, that guy that's a great example because he does and he's not in a box, man. We always talk about that too. Like, don't be in a box. Let's say you're doing music. It doesn't mean you can't do movies. It doesn't mean you can't sell product. It doesn't mean you can't sell t-shirts. It doesn't mean you can't, run a marathon for that matter. Like there's all kinds of things that you can do. And Elon Musk is a great example of that, from PayPal to Tesla to, SpaceX to all these different things that he does.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And look what he's doing now. I think I just saw in the news, I believe it was within the last 3 days, the amount of aid that's been given to Puerto Rico, it's been slim to say the least. But what's happened is you've seen Elon Musk step up, and when they have no electrical infrastructure or anything going on right now, and they're trying to rebuild it, he ships. They're the battery packs, but it's not the kind of pack that you're assuming. It's like an actual station, like they're monstrous, like generator-sized stations that are going to be like helping generate for the the actual main system, in which is going to in turn help the hospitals and all that stuff start to rebuild and start and I'm just like that. Saw it in the news. But outside of that, man, what do you think would be, so I mean, like if we were to give people like a top 3 thing to do, like when you're facing that decision between taking a jump and not, I guess, and not's the best way to put it.
I just think it's so easy. Like if you don't take the jump, like you're gonna have what you have. It's just the way it is. Like what are you so scared of? Like most of the time you can always go back to what you had. Yeah. Like if I go get somebody to leave a job, like I'll do that sometimes. Hey, you want a job here? And they'll have to leave a job, but I'll always respectfully give them a month or whatever. But they're scared. They're like, oh, look, if you're a good worker there, they'll happily have you back. Yeah. Why would they not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the worst case scenario. That's just nothing. Yeah. Like take a chance.
I mean, I wouldn't really say I was taking a chance, because it's not like the job at the time that I was doing, was very, I guess, overwhelming. For those of you that don't know, I was in college and hanging garage doors.
There's some damn fine garage doors.
That sounds very enthralling, and it's about as fun as you guys are perceiving it to be. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I was gonna be doing what I was in college for, and that in turn helped me realize I was wasting my time in college too. So I jumped away from that as well.
And that's a lot of things. A lot of people use college as a crutch, man. They use that as like, well, I'll stay in college for another 8 years and all this shit. It's like you're just kind of scared to get out into the world,
bro.
Man.
You're delaying the inevitable. At some point, you have to venture out into society and realize I'm gonna have to make my own decisions. I'm gonna have to actually make something happen here, or I mean, like you said, or else I'm gonna be stuck on this crutch of college. And like I said, it's delaying the inevitable. In time, you have to do it anyway.
Yeah, exactly, so man. You just can't. You just have to have faith, man. Have faith in your abilities. Like have some confidence in yourself.
and know that the odds are. Like I don't want to like immediately. We've probably got some people pumped up to this point, and now I'm about. I don't want to dash your hopes here. Know that you will fail.
Yeah, that's okay,
and that's fine. And you know what? Some people may not, but know, and I'm not saying it's going to be catastrophic, but know that you will experience failure, and it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of your life. It is a learning experience.
It's like working out and getting sore, man. You're going to get sore, but what do? You rebuild.
except for me. For some reason, I stay the size of a stick. But
you don't stay sore though.
That's probably because
my point, man.
I'm not working out hard enough.
Just take my point.
I'm just kidding, guys. But I mean, so that's kind of like, I don't know. I guess that's kind of like the main gist.
Yeah, we just wanted to do a short podcast before we're going out to San Diego, and we're gonna do some we'll probably do some live stuff and things like that from San Diego in the studio, so you guys can see like our new venture and kind of get an inside scoop of what we're doing. Like we're definitely diving off the cliff here.
Yeah. Yeah, and aside from that too, to kind of relate it to things, and to wrap it up, initially we were going out to California for TwitchCon. Yeah. And TwitchCon, for those of you that know what Twitch is, it's a streaming platform that was acquired by Amazon, and it's for gaming. And that's another thing that kind of goes to prove, hey, we jumped off the cliff for gaming, and that's where we experienced failure the first time with not with .gg. .gg has been the successful product. It was the Focus capsules. Right off the bat, they were never really a hit.
No, they didn't.
And then you know what? After a few months, we kind of like reformulated, regame planned, launched GG. It's worked. It's doing great. Now we're actually about to attack it again with a whole new product, whole new DBA of Insane Labs, IO Gaming, IO Music, taking the scene by storm. You guys just watch out. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and the headphones. Oh shit.
Oh,
those look sick.
Oh.
But anyway, guys, look, this is kind of like a little bit of information before we head out, and then, like I said, we'll get back to you on the live stream and things like that. So with that being said, I'm Dustin.
I'm Austin.
And we are out.
Later.